All right, guys, you love it when I rant. Everybody always says, Joe, I like your videos where you're calm, but I love it when you get upset. I am getting increasingly frustrated, particularly with this new generation of consoles, with the laziness and incompetence, or both, on the part of some of these developers and publishers, and the greediness. And I got inspired to make this video because of a recent video that Real Hard 8 Times made, in which he was lamenting the issues that have been going on with Mortal Kombat X on the PS4, or at least the digital download version. If you're not aware, NetherRealms, I believe that's the studio, right? They released a patch for Mortal Kombat X, and it bricked the PS4 version of the game, or at least the digital version. I don't know why it would be different if it was disc or not, but I believe it only affected the digital version, like it removed the license or some shit, so that people who bought the game could not play it. I'm not kidding. You got an error screen, okay? I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around how the fuck you screw something like that up so bad. Now, everybody knows about a lot of the big fuck-ups in the last year or so. Things like Assassin's Creed Unity, which had major frame rate issues, had bugs out the ass, people's faces coming off, people going through walls, all kinds of shit. There, of course, was the Drive Club launch, which after an 11-month delay came out where the online wasn't even working, and it had a whole bunch of other issues. And there's been other games, okay? Mortal Kombat, this thing just being one of the most recent examples of a developer incompetence. How you brick a game on a console with a patch, I don't know. But to me, the most egregious examples of this comes in the form of remasters. That's right, people. Remasters. Games that have already been released are being released on current gen consoles with issues. And I'm scratching my fucking head going, how lazy and incompetent do you have to be? What are you doing all day at work that when you port these games over, you don't see these glaring issues? All right, let's start with Saints Row 4 Reelected. Saints Row 4 Reelected crashes PS4s and Xbox Ones so bad that people have to you can't even turn the console off by holding your finger over the power button. It will freeze your console so bad the only solution is to unplug the console. Now, this is an intermittent thing. Not everyone has experienced this. You may be watching this going, oh, I played Saints Row 4 Reelected and didn't have any issues. Well, guess what? I did. It froze my fucking PS4. I was on forums. It froze people's Xbox Ones. I had to get up and unplug their fucking power brick from the wall. I mean, unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. That is so bad for the hardware to just be jarringly unplugged like that. But you have to. The game will not unfreeze. Okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Has that game been patched since it was released in February? Nope. Nope, it has not been fixed. Because Volition and Deep Silver don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. They already got our money. All right, let's move on to Borderlands the Handsome Collection. Now, the first issue, let's talk about two games, the pre-sequel and Borderlands 2. Let's deal with the pre-sequel first. On the Xbox One side, there is a fuck ton of screen tearing. Both the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the pre-sequel have a lot of frame rate issues, but the Xbox One version has a whole ton of screen tearing. Now, that's not really a thing on the PS4 version, but for whatever reason, the Xbox One version's got a bunch of screen tearing. The last gen versions, right, the PS3 and 360 versions of the pre-sequel didn't have these issues, to my understanding. Didn't have a lot of screen tearing. It was 30 frames, but it didn't have a ton of frame rate drops. What the fuck? Okay? How does this happen? Now let's go to Borderlands 2. The rumble, right, on the controllers, this is on both systems, PS4 and Xbox One. After 10 to 15 minutes, the rumble stops working. Yep. Go look it up. There's on the Gearbox forums, people have talked about it. They're aware of the problem, and they're looking into it, whatever the fuck that means. I want to know how the problem happened in the first place. I played Borderlands 2 on both the 360 and the PS3. Rumble always worked. Why is it not working on the PS4 and Xbox One? Or again, after 15 minutes. You have to restart the game if you want Rumble to start working again. Okay? This is ridiculous. And on top of that, there's, I would say, semi-frequent clipping and environment issues. Now, on Hard 8's video, I left a comment mentioning this, and King Rinpoche made a video where he referenced that and said that I said this was happening all the time. the clipping. It's not happening all the time, but just to give you a few examples, right? Over the 30 hours that I played Borderlands 2 on the PS4, I would say 7 or 8 times loot would fall through the environment, okay? Enemies would clip through walls about 7 or 8 times. And I remember at one point I'm standing on a staircase and I'm going to kill a bandit, and the bandit disappears from my view. Like he moves to the right, but and I don't. So he's not above me. And then I look down on the platform below me. He's not below me, but I'm still getting shot. And my shield is going down. I turn the camera. This bandit is standing in midair shooting at me. Okay, that never happened on the last gen versions of Borderlands 2. Not in my experience. Okay, I don't understand this. Now, like I said, that didn't happen all the time. But I saw some enemies in midair maybe 2 or 3 times. At one point, there was a big cargo container. You know, like the ones the cranes lift if you played the game, right? There's this big cargo container just sitting in fucking midair, being held by nothing. You know, again, I didn't see that on the last gen versions. How do you re-release a game and not know these problems are I want to know how the problems even become present, but then how do you not, when you're playtesting it, see this stuff? My answer to that is I bet they didn't even fucking playtest it. They didn't. How do you not? I mean, it took 15 minutes my first time to go, oh shit, the Rumble's not working. Why did the Rumble stop working? And every single time I would restart the game, the Rumble would stop working after 10 or 15 minutes. You're telling me they didn't know this? They didn't fucking try. They didn't look at it, man. It's fucking ridiculous. It's inexcusable. And by the way, this still has not been patched. Borderlands: The Handsome Collection came out on March 24th. It is April 22nd. Okay, almost a month later, they still have not fixed these issues. The screen tearing on the Xbox One, the frame rate issues, and the Rumble shit on Borderlands 2. Nope, haven't fixed any of it yet. According to Gearbox, they're working on a patch. It takes you a month to work on a patch for re-released games? What the fuck? Okay, Devil May Cry. Now, this is a less of a problem, but Devil May Cry, released on March 10th, just recently got a fix for this, but on PS4, it wasn't a problem on Xbox One, but on PS4, there was a problem with what's called, I'm probably going to butcher this, anastrophic filtering, in which if you turn the camera at certain oblique angles, there will be textures in the distance that will blur. Okay, they have fixed it now, but still, it was released at this issue where they said it was a coding issue with the Unreal Engine, but they fixed it. Now it's complete parity with the Xbox One version. But still, how did they not know this going in? You know, not as big a deal as some of the other examples I gave. But I mean, it's bad enough that with new releases, we're being treated, like beta testers who spend $60 on games. Real quick, let me give you another example of a new game that's fucked up that I really haven't heard too many people talk about. I have seen other people mention it on forums, but I haven't seen any people making videos about it. Battlefield Hardline's campaign has major audio glitches where the audio will drop out to where all you'll hear is sound effects. You won't hear the dialogue, you won't hear the music, and you've got to die or restart the game in order for the sound effects and dialogue to come back. Music and dialogue to come back. All right? It also will glitch out, and the screen will go black, then come back on. Weird shit like that. A couple times you'll pull the trigger on your gun, and it won't fire. Okay, multiplayer, that might be a little different, but I'm talking about the campaign now. Visceral is aware of these issues, and that game came out March 17th. Still, those issues have not been fixed on April 22nd, over a month later. This fucking whole industry, man, I'm getting fed up with spending my hard-earned money. I mean, gaming is an expensive hobby, and I'm tired of getting these half-assed, unfinished games with these kind of glaring issues like that take forever to get fixed. And it makes me worried about future releases. You guys know I'm a diehard Fallout fan, and I'm really looking forward to when Bethesda, hopefully at E3, is going to announce Fallout 4 whenever it comes out next year, whatever, okay? Unfortunately, Bethesda is a company that does have a history of releasing buggy-ass games. And please, Bethesda, learn from your mistakes. I hope Fallout 4 is not a fucking mess. Okay? I've said before I want a BioShock collection, a remastered BioShock collection, which I am confident will happen because 2K owns Borderlands, and they also own the BioShock IP, and the Borderlands collection sold very well. Trust me, guys, there's going to be but they're not going to sit on the BioShock games and not do anything with them. No, that's pure money in their pocket. There's going going to be some kind of Bioshock collection. Mark my words. I don't know when, maybe not this year, but there will be. But it makes me wonder now, being that the Borderlands collection was released with these issues, am I going to have, Andrew Ryan's voice going to cut out every time he starts talking? Are my plasmids not going to work half the time? I shouldn't have to worry about this stuff, but unfortunately, this industry is just riddled with either incompetent or lazy or a combination of both type of individuals, are just greedy motherfuckers that they don't care. I mean, are you going to tell me, for instance, that Ubisoft didn't know all the issues that Assassin's Creed Unity had? Yeah, they did. They absolutely did, and they said, put it out anyway, we'll fix it later. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. It pisses me off, man. God damn it. Tired of this shit. I'm sure there's going to be more problems. I can already see Star Wars Battlefront having issues. A lot of people are worried about that game because it seems like EA, their main concern is getting that game out in time for the Star Wars Force Awakens movie, right? So that they can ride the Star Wars hype train this holiday season and have it out by then. Are they going to be concerned with making sure the game functions right and works well and all that? No, they don't give a shit. No, we'll fix it later. I guarantee you that game is going to have issues. So that's it, guys. That's my rant. Tell me in the comments if you have any insights on what I said. Man, that's it. Bye-bye.